Once upon a time, in a small village nestled in the hills, there lived a kind-hearted man named Jacob. He was poor and humble, but he always tried to help others whenever he could. One winter evening, as the cold winds howled through the trees, Jacob found an old woman shivering on the side of the road. She looked frail and weak, with no coat to protect her from the bitter cold. Without thinking twice, Jacob took off his own warm coat and wrapped it around the old woman. He then led her to his small home, where he offered her food and a bed for the night. As they sat together, the old woman smiled at Jacob and said, "You are a good man, full of compassion. But there is a greater kindness in the world, one that comes from above." Jacob looked at her with curiosity. "What do you mean?" he asked. The woman's eyes glowed with a soft light as she spoke. "God in his infinite love shows mercy to all. He helps those who are suffering, heals the broken-hearted, and gives to the poor. His compassion is boundless and his love has no end. You, Jacob, are doing his work on earth." The words of the old woman stayed with Jacob long after she left the next morning. He began to reflect on the kindness she spoke of, and he realized that what he had done for the old woman was only a small reflection of God's love. God's compassion was everywhere, in the simple act of kindness, in the smile of a stranger, and in the forgiveness extended to those who had wronged others. From that day forward, Jacob worked even harder to spread kindness and love. He helped the sick, the lonely, and the poor, always remembering the compassion that God showed too. His heart grew fuller with each act of love, and he found that the more he gave, the more joy he received. Jacob understood that God's compassion wasn't just about helping others in times of need. It was about showing love unconditionally, no matter the circumstances. And as Jacob walked through life, he saw the hand of God in every act of kindness, in every forgiving heart, and in every moment of selfless love. For Jacob, God's compassion was not just a teaching, but a way of life. He knew that by living with love and kindness, he could help make the world a little brighter, just as God's love had done for him.